Oh man, I really want to be part of the superhero group. I mean, I've tried out a bunch of times for a few different ones and just never get the call back. But I know this time's going to be my time. It's going to be my time.
Okay. You need to just calm down.
I can't help it. I'm just so excited.
Well, I'll tell you what. If you wanna calm down, just chill out for a minute. What you should do is listen to the Pod Bros Network.
The Pod Bros Network.
Yeah, they've got tons of different podcasts. They've got stuff about video games, stuff about movies. They've even got Pencil and Ink Reviews, which is one about comic books, which is about superheroes, which is what you are.
Oh, there's a podcast I can be on, huh?
Sure. I mean, you'd have to chill out a bit, but okay.
Sweet. I'm going to download those right now.
All right. Sounds good.
So, what's your superpower, by the way?
Oh, me, I say sentences that are slightly homoerotic. I like penis.
Maybe we should just listen to the Pod Bros Network.
I like penis. What's up, everybody? I'm Richard.
And I'm Shawn.
And we're speaking the language of bromance. You always find this nice way to you either speed it up or you slow it down. You're never consistent.
Sorry.
Do the show all the time, and there's a formula. There is a formula. What do? You come in and you fuck it up.
I got to keep you on your toes, man. I'm wild card. I'm the wild card. You know, I'm as unpredictable as lightning, man. You know, you don't know where I'm gonna strike. I can strike anywhere.
Light. Did you just make up a superhero name? Lightning Man?
Lightning Man.
Who are you? I'm Lightning Man. It's kind of a generic name, isn't it? Doesn't matter. Power is power.
Here, let me scrub my feet across this floor. Ow, you shocked me. Yeah, that's my power.
Yeah, Lightning Man, wild card.
Watch this. I'll rub this balloon on my head and stick it to the wall. Lightning Man, I'm out.
Every time someone says wild card, I think of there's this show. There's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
There was a bit where one of the guys he was like, well, who am I in the group? Well, you're the wild card. And so at one point they're taking a road trip and they're driving down the highway and the guy's like, hey, something's wrong with the brakes. I can't stop. I cut the brake lines. Why'd you cut the brake lines? Wild card. And he opens up the door and rolls out.
They're all screaming, ah! He rolls out. They shut the door. It's like, you fixed the brakes, didn't you? Yeah, I fixed the brakes. That guy's such a dumbass.
Wild card.
So, Richard, I want to talk about an actual real-life Lightning Man. I want to talk about Mr. Roy Cleveland Sullivan.
Roy Cleveland Sullivan.
This was a gentleman.
His middle name is Cleveland?
Yeah, RCS, man.
RCS.
So he was a United States park ranger in Shenandoah National Park in Virginia between 1942 and 1977.
Oh, Shenandoah.
That's the theme song.
It was a song. It was the song. Oh, Shenandoah.
Oh, I've never heard it.
I don't know.
Did you just make it up?
Get some culture.
Who's it by? Is it by Britney Spears?
Yes. That's the only reason I know it. How else would I not? How else would I know this song?
I'm a Shenandoah in a bottle, baby.
That's Christina Aguilera.
Oh. Bye, Shenandoah.
No, it's nowhere near Britney Spears.
Wait, is Shenandoah the chick from 90210 and
No, that's Shannon Doherty.
Oh, dang it.
Mallrats. Hey, look, a sailboat. Shut up. Brenda?
Dick. So Mr. Roy Cleveland Sullivan, he worked in this national park, and he has been given the nickname the Human Lightning Conductor or the Human Lightning Rod. And you'd think, what does that mean? Has he been struck by lightning like once or twice? You know, that might be what I'd guess, because how many times could you survive a lightning strike?
Exactly, which is a feat in and of itself, because I don't know if you know this, like lightning, that's a thing. That's 1.21 gigawatts.
Yeah.
Wherever the hell a gigawatt is.
Great Scott. Too bad his name isn't Scott.
What the hell is a gigawatt?
We could be making that joke all night. But no, Mr. Roy Cleveland Sullivan, he was struck by lightning not twice, not 3 times, not 4, 5, or 6 times, but on 7 different occasions. and he survived all of them.
Holy shit.
Yeah, this dude was outside, shooing some animals in the national forest, and he'd just be walking around, be like, huh, looks like it could be a not again.
He's walking around apparently holding a gigantic metal bar above his head.
So, I mean, that's kind of the question you think about, too, is so if you get struck by lightning once in your life, I'm probably never going outside again. If it even is remotely cloudy, I'm not going outside.
Yeah.
Because I think, this is going to be a little bit against my beliefs, but I'm pretty sure they say you're more likely to be struck by lightning than attacked by a shark.
Yeah, I think I've heard that too. It's like you said. It's like, hey, honey, what's the weather supposed to be like today? Oh, it's supposed to be 70, and it looks like partly cloudy. Well, I'm calling in. I'm staying in bed. Rest of the day, honey. It's not gonna happen again. You don't know.
Yeah. So, like,
you remember Roy? Remember what happened to Roy? Yes. Tell me the story about Roy again.
He was struck by lightning 7 fucking times. Well, I imagine Roy probably with his. And I read a little bit about his death, so I'm not going to get into that because it's kind of sad. Essentially, it was like a love triangle, or he lost the love of his life, and so he decided that lightning wasn't going to take his life. But
yeah,
so
apparently nature hath no fury like the wrath of a jealous husband.
Yeah, pretty much. So you think about Roy. He's been struck by lightning like 3 times in his life, right? And so he asks his wife. He's like, "Well, what's the weather supposed to be like today, babe?" And she's like, "Oh, 70, partly cloudy. 30% chance of rain." And he pulls the whole, "Nope, not going to work today. I'm calling in." She's like, "You can't call in.
That's 30% chance I get struck by lightning, honey. That is not a 30. 7 times. I should start buying lottery tickets."
At some point, he's getting struck by lightning 3 times. You're going to be calling in, be like, there's a chance of rain. I'm not coming in today. I'll work in the office, but I'm not going outside. Like, Roy.
Yeah.
Roy, come on. You don't have enough sick time. You can't call in. You got to come in. It's squirrel mating season, and you know how frisky they can get. You got to come in. We need you. We got like a stage 4 squirrel mating ritual going on right in front of the office right now. You have to come in because those stage 4.
You should see this shit.
The stage 4 squirrel mating sessions are just horrible. Kids are coming to
They're on the porch. They're on the roof. We bring kids into this park, Roy.
Exactly. These kids show up.
They're all come because they're curious about the damn song. And then they show up, and what do they see? Squirrel porn. That's what they see. What parent wants to see that? We got to get these squirrels under control, Roy.
Stage 1 and 2, you can be like, oh, they're just wrestling. But stage 4, there's no hiding it. They're banging.
No.
These kids these days, they have the internet. They know what's going on.
Yeah. You think it's all bushy tails and, sweet cuddles. Oh, no. Oh, no. You ever seen the teeth? You seen the teeth on these things, Roy? Oh, my God.
You see one with an acorn in his mouth and the other one in like a dominatrix outfit. Yeah, stage 4. You know what stage 5 is? We've never seen one because we're too scared. I think a portal to hell opens up.
The safe word is birch tree.
Dad, I think that one's doing a rusty trombone. Laura, I told him we shouldn't take him to Shenandoah.
Why? Where does he get these? Is he reading that Urban Dictionary again, Laura? You're not supposed to know what that is. It's a Dirty Sanchez, Dad. Laura, you know scat references.
So he's been struck by lightning 7 times in his life. Let's talk a little bit about the personal life of Mr. Sullivan. He was born in Greene County, Virginia, on February 7th, 1912, 7 days before Valentine's Day. He started as a ranger in 1936. He was described as a brawny man with a broad, rugged face, and he resembled the actor Gene Hackman.
Ooh. So, like, the chips are stacked in his favor.
Yeah, I mean, this is about...
He's like, hey, I could pursue a acting careir.
Because when did Superman come out? That was in the 70s, wasn't it? So, he's like, hey, I can be a bad guy.
Late. First Superman came out like early 80s, I think.
Yeah, he was dead by then.
I don't know. There was a fuck ton of them. It was, 4 of them? There was Superman, Superman 2.
Wasn't there one the search for God or something like that, or was that a Star Trek?
No, you're thinking Star Trek.
I don't know. Was there the Empire Strike Back? I mean, what was the fourth? What was the fourth Superman?
The Quest for Peace. I remember Superman 4 was the Quest for Peace. Superman 1 was Lex Luthor and his fucking
Superman 4, the Tribe Called Quest.
Superman 2 was with Zod. Superman 1 was Lex Luthor and his crazy real estate scheme, which apparently is like his running fucking gag in movies. Superman 3, I think, is when Lex like grows an evil Superman. Not like Bizarro, he's just like an evil Superman.
Isn't that where Superman gets all drunk and shit?
I think so, yeah.
I want to do kryptonite shots. Who's doing kryptonite? You're doing fucking kryptonite shots with me. Do the kryptonite shots with him before he breaks another head.
Smashes the bar.
Da, 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 da. That's my theme song. Take off your pants. Superman gets kind of violent when he
Let me
drinks.
show you what else is super. Oh, God, why does it have tentacles on it? I'm an alien. What do you expect?
You know why they call me the Man of Steel? Zip, whoop. Not because of that, Superman. Get back here, you dick.
Damn it, Super Whiskey Dick.
Oh, well. At least my tears will keep me company.
Happens to the best of us, even Superman.
I miss Lois so much. Being very considerate of people, he started avoiding people later in his life because of fear of being hit by lightning. So he developed some kind of condition with this.
Of course he did. He got hit by lightning 7 fucking times in his life. How was that not develop somebody? How does somebody not develop a complex over that?
And it said that it really saddened him too. So it's like he locks himself in a room. It's like, don't come near me. You'll die. Everyone around me.
I'm bad luck. I'm the cursed child.
He recalled he was walking with Chief Ranger one day when lightning struck way off in the distance. I guess the chief's like, well, I'll see you later, and left him in the woods.
I think we should spread out to cover more ground, Roy.
You go way, way, way.
You go out in the middle of that field, and I'll stay here in the tree line.
Why do you have your phone on me? No reason, Roy. Just stand there. This is going to get like 1 million hits after you get hit with lightning.
Not sure I like this plan.
So let's go through the 7 strikes. They're all documented here.
God damn.
So this is the life of Roy Cleveland Sullivan. So the first documented lightning strike on Sullivan occurred in April of 1942. He was hiding from a thunderstorm in a fire lookout tower. So he's like in the woods, and all of a sudden it starts raining.
So he already knew.
Yeah.
He knew something was up. He's like, he's hiding. It's raining, and he's like, uh-oh.
He doesn't want to get wet. He doesn't want to get lost in the woods. He doesn't want to get hypothermia. April in Virginia, it could still be a little chilly, especially at night.
Mm.
So the tower was newly built and had no lightning rod at the time, except for Cleveland Sullivan. It was hit 7 or 8 times, and inside the tower, fire was jumping all over the place, Sullivan said. So he ran out and just a few feet away received what he considered to be the worst lightning strike. It burned a half-inch strip all along his right leg, hit his toe, and left a hole in his shoe. His new shoes got ruined, Richard.
Oh, if the water wasn't enough.
Yeah, so he's all wet, and the lightning's coming for him. It struck the tower 7 or 8 times. And so he's like, well, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
Right? They're like, you in there? Are you in there? Go! Get outside!
The storm doesn't like this tower. Stay away from that tower.
Oh, there's a tower there too.
So, I mean, you think that's bad enough, right? April of 1942, you get hit by lightning and you survive. I'm sure he got crisped up a little bit, ruined his brand new and there's nothing worse than having a hole in your shoe. Especially when it's raining out, you're walking around the woods, and now your socks are all wet. It sucks having wet socks. Have you ever had wet socks?
I hate wet socks. Who doesn't hate wet socks? Also, I mean, but on the upside, like, he's like, hey, I got hit by lightning, and I'm okay. Like, I survived. Because, I mean, fucking lightning.
Yeah. I mean, how many people can
Like you
say that?
see it and you hear it and you're like, that's a thing. Like that is a thing I do not want to come in contact with ever.
I can only imagine the sound.
And most of us never will.
You know the sound of lightning too. Whenever you hear it strike real close, oh, it's worse than thunder. I mean, you like feel like the ground just kind of like crinkle. And
what's the closest you've ever been to an actual lightning strike?
I mean, I don't know for sure. I mean, I'm sure it's probably not as close as I think, but I mean, I've heard it. You heard like a and like, you know, you kind of feel a little bit, but that's probably about as close as I've been. Not enough to know like, oh God, that was close.
Yeah,
but close enough to be like, oh, you know, that was in my general area.
The closest for me, I was a kid, and the electrical pole in the back of my house, in the back of my house, at the very end of my backyard, there was a telephone pole that had a transformer on it, and lightning hit that. And I remember I was sitting in my living room, and just like you hear from that distance, like, I mean, who knows? I would say probably 100 feet. And like you heard the sound and you saw the flash through the windows, and it felt like it was right next to you. Blew the TV up.
Oh man, there's nothing. I mean, I hear people where it hits their house and like everything gets fried.
Yeah, I've heard stories of people they were holding a phone and the phone exploded in their hand.
Ah, that would suck. I mean, I've seen pictures of people that get hit and like the electricity follows their veins, so they have like almost like tree looking red tattoo now on their body.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of that too.
So we got Mr. Sullivan. He's been struck by lightning, April of 1942, and you think, okay, you know, what are the odds he'll ever get hit again? Right? That's not going to happen anytime soon. 27 years later,
they say you have a better chance of winning the lot. You have a better chance of getting struck by lightning twice than winning the lottery.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So you think he's safe, right? It's like, okay, you know, I've been hit by it once. I'm never going to get hit again, right? There's no possible way. 27 years later, in July of 1969, unusually he was hit while he was in his truck driving on a mountain road. So the metal body of the vehicle normally protects people in cases such as this by acting as they call it a Faraday cage. I'm guessing it's some kind of conductor that keeps the electricity away from you.
A Faraday cage is a metal, like basically it's a conductive metal material that filters out all electromagnetic radiation. It's actually actually a way, if you want to, crazy weird conspiracy theorists use a Faraday cage. Like if they're, you know, you see them in like movies, you see like these hackers and stuff that like have this like bunker kind of set up where they have the computer that's on a hard line, and they're in a Faraday cage to try and avoid like electronic bugs or electronic monitoring, like people that try to, you know, point like microphones to listen in at somebody. It's supposed to block out all electromagnetic things. It's like a barrier.
Gotcha.
It was in that movie. What movie was it? Johnny Depp was in it. It's not that old. Transcendence.
Yeah, where he becomes a computer.
Yeah. Okay. When they're out in the garden and they're putting that metal all over the outside, like the trellis or whatever, it's a Faraday cage.
Okay, I see what you're
So
saying.
it works as a Faraday cage.
So typically that's what vehicles do, but this lightning had it in for Mr. Sullivan. So the lightning first hits a nearby tree, which deflects it into the open window of his truck.
Holy shit.
So this is like some Deadshot shit going on with this lightning. You know, Zeus is pissed off at this guy.
Yeah, at that point he's like, I can't catch a break now. Like it's out to get me now. That would be my thought. Not necessarily the fact that I got hit twice.
He does have a little bit of fate on his side though. So, you know, this is like even like a 1 in a gajillion thing. So the strike hits the tree, gets reflected through the window and knocks him unconscious, burns off his eyelashes, burns off his eyebrow, most of his hair. But he's on this mountain road, and he's in the uncontrolled truck right now, and it keeps moving but stops right near the cliff's edge.
Yeah.
So he just gets. So I mean, he wakes up and he looks out like he's like, oh, could you imagine waking up in this scenario and you're looking out just over a cliff?
Oh, see, that was Zeus. Also, he's like, oh nope, we're not done with you yet, Roy.
This is not your death, Roy. This is not your death. So 27 years later, like you get hit for the second time. So Roy, is thinking like, okay, I've been hit twice. It's been 27 years. I may get hit again in another 27 years, right?
Right.
No, sir.
Oh, God. How soon is the next one?
So it doesn't give the month, but in 1970, so within a year, maybe a year and a half at the most,
God.
Sullivan was struck while in his front yard. So, so the first two times he was at work, so he gets workman comp, right? This time, nope. The lightning hit a nearby power transformer, and from there it jumped to his left shoulder, searing it. So again, Zeus is like, I can't get you from this angle. Oh, look, I'll bang it off that. Basically, Zeus is playing pool with Roy.
Roy in the corner pocket.
Roy is the 8-ball of Zeus's world pool. All right, so I got to get the eight Roy in the top corner pocket. Boop! Bam! Got him. All right, Hades, you owe me a quarter. You got next game, bitch.
And see, at that point, if I'm Roy, I'm like, okay, I am moving to the desert. I'm gonna live my life as a Bedouin in the desert. So that way I don't have to deal with rain ever again.
I just imagine after this third time he walks out, he's like, curse you, Zeus! Why? But he gets a break.
This is ridiculous.
He gets a break, though, Richard. So he's been struck 3 times. First time it took 27 years. The next time it was within a year. He gets at least a 2-year break. In 1972... Sullivan was working inside a ranger station in Shenandoah Park when another strike occurred. So it set his hair on fire, and he tried to smother the flames. He tried to set the flames out with his jacket, so he rushed to the bathroom but couldn't fit under the water tap, so he used a water towel instead. So this dude's hair's on fire. He's like, oh, God, oh, God.
Well, he's probably sitting there. He's like, I know it's raining outside and I've been hit by lightning 3 times, but it's okay. I'm inside this ranger station. Like, I'm safe. There's a roof over my head. What could possibly go?
He looks over at his partner. He's like, my hair is on fire, isn't it? And to make matters worse, so you can imagine him running into the bathroom and like whacking his head on the faucet trying to get under it. He's like, damn
Son
it,
of a bitch.
It's not big enough. Give me those paper towels. So at this point...
No, get them wet first. Oh, God, now the paper towels are on fire. And that's the story of how we lost the Shenandoah radio station, ranger station.
So, Roy, what happened here, man? We told you when it rains, you got to stand outside. Your bad luck.
Well, just like him explaining it to police, be like, what the hell happened here? How'd this fire start? Well, Roy got struck by lightning, and then he caught his hair on fire. We tried to put it out with paper towels. We forgot to wet the paper towels, so then we threw those flaming paper towels in the trash can, and one thing led to another. 1,000,000 to 1 shot, Doc. 1,000,000 to 1.
So this is where Roy starts kind of thinking about his life. He's been struck by lightning 4 times now. And although he was never a fearful man, after the 4th strike, he began to believe that some forces was trying to destroy him, and he acquired a fear of death. For months, whenever he was caught in a storm while driving the truck, he would pull over and lie down on the front seat until the storm passed.
Yeah.
He also began to carry a can of water with him and believed that he would somehow attract lightning even if he stood in a crowd of people. So he's got a legit fear. You talk about fear of like, Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers. No, this dude has a fear of nature. Badass nature.
I mean, honestly though, like if you were Roy, wouldn't you have come to this conclusion earlier?
Oh, I mean,
like to me, I think it would have been like the second time. Like after the second time, I'd be like, no, there's something going on here. There are forces at work. And then the third time, I'd be like, okay, now this is the thing.
I mean, I would give him the second time because there was 27 years apart. So you might be like, that's kind of
okay. That's true.
But then within a year, you get struck a third time. That's when I'm like, there's something weird going on here. But so Mr. Sullivan's been struck by lightning 4 times, right? So let's go to his 5th time on August 7th in 1973. So just probably around a year later, he was
about a year. Oh my God.
He was on patrol in the park. So at least again, he's at work, so he'll get workman's compensation. He saw a storm cloud forming and drove away quickly. So he's like, "Oh shit, there's a storm cloud. I gotta get the fuck out of here."
He hears a little roll of thunder and his head perks up. Wait a minute.
This is where he's getting paranoid. He says, "But the cloud." So he's trying to drive away, but he said, "But the cloud," he said, seemed to be following him. When he finally thought when he finally thought he had outrun it, he decided it was safe to leave his truck. So he's like, "Whoo! All right, dodge that one." Soon after he gets out of his truck,
thank goodness,
he gets hit by a lightning bolt. So he actually stated that he saw the bolt that hit him. He said the lightning set his hair on fire again. It moved down his left arm and left leg and knocked off his shoe. It then crossed over to his right leg just below the knee. He was still conscious. He crawled to his truck and poured the can of water, which he always kept there, over his head. I don't know why the can of water would help you. Maybe it was holy water. I don't know.
But at that point, like, thank God he brought it.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, he's like, I mean, just think about how paranoid this guy probably was, You see just like a little bitty cloud. You're like, oh shit, I gotta go. There's a cloud. I gotta go this way.
There it is. I see it.
And you get like, whew.
Margaret, get in the car. He's out having like a nice picnic. And then, oh no, it looks like rain. Wait a minute. You said rain? Oh God, we gotta go. We gotta get out. Where's my water? Keep that in the cup holder, Margaret. You're driving so fast. Shut up.
If you see a lightning bolt, pull this water on my head. You do that for me, Margaret. Swear to me you'll do that.
Maybe he just had like a really bad hairstyle.
Maybe. He had like a Don King style hair that attracted the lightning.
Yeah, or like a big fro or something like that. Like maybe the first lightning strike like frizzed his hair out, so now it was just always out. And then Zeus is up in his cloud, and he's like, "That looks like shit. I think I can fix it." Oh, okay, it's on fire. Oh God, he's growing it out again. All right, here we go. Number 4.
Well, I wonder if the lightning is more like a shark. So like it hit him once, so there's blood in the water, and so it just kind of seeks him out after that.
So the other lightning. So he's nature's chum,
basically. Yeah. So he's been struck 5 times now, and he gets a little bit of a break. Richard. The next strike that happens, his 6th time getting hit. So, it happens on June 5th of 1976. So he gets about 3 years away.
About 3. Okay, so 3 years. Whew.
Yeah, and I guess this strike actually injured his ankle, it says. So it was reported that he saw a cloud, and again, he thought it was following him. So he tried to get away. But instantly he was struck. So the lightning's like, "No, you're not getting away this time, bitch." Bam.
He's like, "Oh God, not again." He's like sitting there he's like, hey, he got some new friends and like they're all hanging out. "Oh God, it looks like rain, Roy." "Oh no, not again." What is he talking about? "We need to go. I need to leave." Just run into the truck and then shoof.
I feel bad if like just a plane flies over him and leaves one of those trails. He's like, "Oh God, is that a cloud?" "It's just a plane, Roy. Settle down." No, that cloud's definitely following me.
Well, see, that's the thing. Yeah, and I mean, think about that. Like, you've been struck by lightning now 5 times. 5 fucking times.
6 times now.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, before this, like, you've been struck by lightning 5 times. At this point, like, you are constantly, you would be constantly on alert.
I mean,
especially with your job, like your job as a park ranger, like you're outside, a great deal, a great majority of the time. You're out in the park.
It's like, all right, Roy, you got to go out and check on the mooses. It's that time of year where the mooses are getting busy. We got a stage 3 moose mating season going on. You got to toughen up for us, Roy. No, I've been struck by lightning. God doesn't want me to see the mooses mating.
I can't do it, Sarge. I can't do it.
Roy, you got to. This is for America. This is for Virginia.
It looks like rain out there, Sarge.
For your state, Roy, you have to do this. What are the odds, Roy? You've been struck by lightning, what? Once, twice, 5 times, Sarge. It won't happen again, right?
Wait a minute, did you say 5? 5 times? Seriously?
He still has the shoe that's got the hole blown. It's like, this was the first time, Sarge. I carried my backpack as a reminder.
He holds his leg up. Look at this. Look at this. Sarge is like, oh, Jesus.
Just get out of here. I can't stand to look at that again. The new trainee's like, I've rode with him in his truck, and if we see any signs of cloud, there was these guys with a campfire, and you just saw the smoke. He freaked the fuck out, Sarge. He hid down in the thing.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna blow me, Sarge. I was concerned. He just like drops down in my lap. I'm like, oh God, is this what being a park ranger is all about?
The Sarge is like, okay, Roy, if you're that freaked out, go ahead and go home. He's like, thank you so much. Runs to his truck, on the run to the truck. Whoosh! God damn it!
Sarge looks at the new guy. He's like, listen, it cannot happen a 6th time. Guess it can, huh? You want to go see if you want to go check to make sure he's okay? God, no. Did you see what happened? Let's let the storm pass.
He left
first.
his water in here. Go bring him his water.
What am I supposed to do with it? I don't know. Pour it over his body, say a cheer. You know the Shenandoah National Park song? Sing that while
It looks like his hair's on fire. I am. That's what I'm picturing. Like Sarge and Private Johnson. They're standing inside the ranger station, and they're like, "Okay, Roy, we understand that this weather does things to you. So why don't you go ahead and go home?" And Roy's just like, "Thank you, Sarge. Thank you so much." Opens up the door, runs outside. I'm like, that guy's fucking crazy. And in the middle of that, there's just this bright flash of light that comes in through the windows. And you just hear, son of a bitch!
Well, Richard, I'm going to give you the gold of this story. So, he's been struck by lightning 6 times. 5 of the 6 times he's been he's been at work. One of the times he wasn't. He was just at home. This 7th time.
Yeah, at this point, he's probably become a liability to work.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to get workman's comp.
Like, work's like, we're paying all this workman's comp out. We're trying to save you from fucking lightning strikes. Put him on desk duty.
I think he's doing this to himself. I really think he's somehow conducting this electricity himself. He's just trying to get out of working every day. That Roy is a lazy son of a bitch. I tell you what, he's standing behind him.
Fucker.
I don't think he's ever been struck by lightning.
I think he just shines a flashlight and then screams and lights his hair on fire.
And then just dumps water on his head. I mean, he's wasting water. We've got these stage 4 squirrel mating going on. It's a stage 3 season for these mooses. I mean, don't get me started on the deer. The deer, I think there's going to be a stage 5 deer session this year. You know, the last time we had a stage 5 deer session, it was like 1941. Craziest year of my life.
Yeah.
I did so much acid, it was crazy. You ever see a stage 5 deer mating session on acid? Shit'll fuck up your mind.
You ever seen that movie Caligula? Imagine that with deer.
I'm not ashamed to admit it. I got aroused.
Twice.
On Saturday morning, June 25th, 1977, 1 year and 20 days from when he last got struck by lightning, Roy Sullivan, he's out fishing in a freshwater pool. He's like, you know what? 6 times. It's been over a year, right? It's been a full year plus 20 days. I don't think I'm ever going to get struck by lightning again. He's like, I'm going to take the day off. I'm going to go fish, try and catch a few fish out of this, freshwater pool.
I'm in the clear.
All of a sudden, Richard, lightning hits the top of his head, singes his hair, travels down, and burns his chest and stomach. Sullivan turns
Oh my God.
turns to his car when something unexpected occurred. So this dude has been struck by lightning 7 times now. He's trying to drag his trout on his fish line back to his car because he caught some nice trout. He was having a good day.
Right?
Cleveland Sullivan was like 2 fish away from his limit, like good sized fish too. He's like, me and Margaret are going to eat like fucking kings and queens tonight. We're going to have a fish fry. I'm okay with the Sarge now and the new guy who's not the new guy anymore. He's been there for over a year. We're gonna invite him over, have a fish fry with this nice trout that I just caught, and we're gonna celebrate the fact that I've survived six lightning strikes. Oh no!
Right? He's probably a bit older now. He's older now, and he's like, like I had some crazy things that went on in my life, but you know what? I'm on the other side. Like I made it. Like look at me. I made it. I made it through 6 lightning strikes. Like ain't nobody gonna break my stride. Ain't nobody gonna hold me down.
But then all of a sudden, the crackle. He's got to be used to the crackle. And then he feels it. His hair again is on. He probably just got his hair to grow back. Like he just was able to start parting it to the side. No, not now. It's all gone. And his chest hair. It sounds like from most of these stories, he got to keep his chest hair. At least Zeus let him keep that. Not this time. Zeus is like, fuck you, Roy.
That's what makes you a man, damn it.
As he's crawling on the beach with these trout, trying to get him back in there, guess what approaches him, Richard?
Oh God, what?
So,
So wait a minute. So he's just been struck by lightning.
Yeah.
Like at that instance, he's probably like, oh, I got to put my hair out again.
Yeah, but at least he's near water, so he probably just jumps in.
Like my first instinct would be jump in the water.
Yeah, he probably would jump in to, put himself out. He's got a nice trout on his fishing line, so he's trying to drag all that to the beach to get back to his vehicle. And you think what? One of the stage 3 mating mooses? No. One of the stage 2 deer maters? No. What about those squirrels? Those squirrels are pretty nasty this time of year. No, not even the squirrels mess with him. Richard, one of the things you fear the most in this life, a bear. A bear approaches the pond.
Oh no.
The bear is like getting a drink when it hears the he's like, something smells like it's about ready to eat. So the bear walks over and it's like, I don't want to eat you, Roy. I've seen you around here. You've had some shitty luck, and I'm not going to try and chew on your leg. But you've got some nice trout right now. I'm going to eat your trout. I'm going to eat your trout in front of you while you smolder here on the beach like a Hawaiian pig at a luau.
Oh my God.
Oh, but Roy Sullivan.
This is the insult to injury. This is a literal fuck you from Mother Nature.
Yeah.
That's what this is. Like, you get struck by lightning 6 times and you make it. You get struck by lightning the 7th time, and then you're just like, now what? Okay, now what? Guess what? Here shows up the bear. And then I'm sure that he just looked and saw that bear, and he was just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Well, the only thing that can make it worse is the bear walks over, lifts his leg, and pisses on his hair to put it out. But no, but I think this is where we see where Roy Sullivan is like, I am fed up with nature. I've been a park ranger my whole life. I've dedicated my life to nature. And he's like, I fucking had it. So he had the strength and courage to strike this bear with a tree branch.
Yeah, see? This is what I'm saying. Like, he's finally had it.
Yeah,
he has had it.
Roy Cleveland Sullivan gets up. I imagine him walking up to the nearest tree as this bear is trying to eat his trout, breaks off the biggest ass branch he can find, walk over. He claims that was he hit the bear 26 times with the stick, and he hit this bear 22 times. God, he hit this bear. Damn. He just beats the shit out of this bear.
He just stands up. His hair's on fire. He's like, no, not today. Today is the day that Roy C. Sullivan says no. Snap. Come on, bear.
This is the 22nd time he hit a bear. So he's hit a bear 21 other times in his lifetime. So I think Mother Nature is trying to kill this guy. He's like, yeah, I got struck by lightning 7 times now.
You know who should, if they ever make a movie based on this, we all know who needs to play Mr. Roy Cleveland Sullivan.
Oh, Leo, because he's had the experience with bears.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's what you could make this.
Well, not only that, he's had the experience of like putting himself through ungodly hell in order to get a performance. They're probably like, okay, Leo, we got this new movie for you. In the movie, at the emotional climax of the movie, your anger against nature is so incensed that you attack a bear. And then Leo's like, yeah, I've already done that. Like, I did that. I won a fucking Oscar for it. Huh? Yeah, I'm Oscar award-winning Leo DiCaprio. This is how you get your second Oscar, Leo. Like, we're going with the same formula, like you versus a bear. But check this out. You just got struck by lightning for the 7th fucking time.
Leo's mind just explodes. Scorsese's on board for this flick. Maybe we can get Matt Damon to play the bear. But that's the thing I want to know is like the other 21 times he's fought a bear, what happened in those situations? Like there's stories there I want to hear.
How does he I'll tell you what, if he's out just fighting bears, he's a shitty park ranger.
Well, maybe every time he gets struck by lightning, he goes out and finds 3 bears and just beats the shit out of them.
It's karma.
Yeah. He's like, God damn it.
Tried to take me out. Whack, whack.
There's a cub and her mom over there. I'm beating the shit out of them.
Fuck you, nature.
So that's what happens is he gets struck by lightning and he comes in and, Sarge is like, oh, God. Hey, Roy, how you feeling, Roy? Did you take your aggression out on the 3 bears? Okay, good. And the new guy's like, why do you ask him about 3 bears every time he gets struck by lightning? He's like, listen, kid, if Roy ever gets hit by lightning and he hasn't beat the shit out of 3 bears, he's going to beat the shit out of somebody. And I don't want it to be me. That fucker's crazy.
You want to be on that list? You see how many bears he's fucked up? Do you want to be on that list? I guess not. No, you don't.
We keep a pile of the furs in the back. I mean, that's not really park rangery, but we kind of do it as a memento to him because, I mean, dude's been struck by lightning 7 times. What do you expect?
I could just see it, too. Like, his hair gets on fire. First, he gets the water, pours it on his head. He's like, all right, find me a bear. Because it's just rage at that point. He's like, this is the 6th motherfucking time I've had it. Whack, whack, whack.
Well, I mean, it's just like, have you ever walked into something with one of your middle toe or your big toe? Like, you hit it on the dresser, you hit it on,
Yeah.
That hurts like a motherfucker. And I'm the kind of guy, if I do something like that, it hurts really bad, I just start like beating the crap out of like a desk or a pillow. But yes, he had a rough go. But I find it encouraging that he had the strength and courage to just beat the shit out of that bear. But so all 7 of these strikes were documented by the superintendent of the Shenandoah National Park, R. Taylor Hoskins. Sullivan himself recalled the first time he was struck by lightning was not in 1942, but earlier. When he was a child, he was helping his father to cut weed in a field when a thunderbolt struck the blade of his scythe without injuring him. But because he could not prove the fact later, he never claimed it. So, officially, he's been struck by lightning 7 times. Unofficially, it's been 8. But he's like, well, I've been struck by lightning 7 times officially. Let's just go with that. I mean, this lightning has had it out for him at birth.
Did you see the lightning hits his thing and he puts it in the ground and he's like,
Dad, something bad just happened. Laura, he's not cutting the weed again. What's wrong, Pookie Bear?
Take it out on the bears.
Is that code, Dad? That's what happened. Is he was like a mini me, and his dad's like, I hope you just get struck by lightning every day of your life. I love you too, Dad.
And then you'll know the pain that you've caused me. They didn't even want you. You know that? I wanted to get a pet bear.
I came home and there was this like goose having sex with your mom, and I just claimed you. I think that's a story of Zeus. I think he would come down as an animal and have sex with women, right?
Maybe that's it. Maybe he was like cursed by gypsies, and then the gypsies okay, here we go. Here's what happened. Okay, so here's the legend of Roy Cleveland Sullivan. Okay, as a small child, he stole an apple he was at the circus and he stole an apple from this old gypsy woman who had a pet bear. And so the gypsy cursed him, saying that throughout his life, he will always fear the sky. And then, she kills the bear, and that's why she curses him.
he takes the apple and the bear tries to take it away, so he beats it with a stick.
Yeah.
See, I like the idea of maybe, so like we said, Dad Sullivan walks in on Mom Sullivan getting it on with a goose because, Zeus would sometimes come down as a bird and have sex with women to impregnate him.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Roy Cleveland Sullivan is really the bastard child of Zeus. And Zeus was extremely disappointed when, as a kid, Roy Cleveland Sullivan's like, I want to work with animals. I want to be a park ranger at the Shenandoah National Park. And Zeus is like, I hate you, kid. I am going to strike lightning on you right now. Damn it. So really, Zeus just had bad aim. He hit the scythe. He hit the firehouse. It just took him a while to actually
why?
hit him.
Because he's up in Mount Olympus and he gets like pissed drunk and his aim's all off. Because because at the end of the day he's just an angry drunk father. So he goes to beat his kid and his aim's all off. So he's up on Mount Olympus and he's on a bender and he's like, "Where's that fucking boy at? Where's that fucking Roy? Fucking kid, little bastard! I'm gonna shoot him." Fucking ball of lightning. Where's he at? Oh, fuck, I hit the pole. I got him anyway. Fuck you, you little bastard.
Put your hair out with that bottled water, you little butthead. I'm gonna go turn.
God, I love being me.
I'm gonna turn into a bird and have sex with some man's wife. Because I'm Zeus, and that's what I do. I just want somebody to love
Why
me.
are you getting up, Roy? Oh, not the bear. Oh, the bear didn't do anything to you. Oh, that's rude. I'm getting you again for this.
So apparently, too, just kind of going through some more of this interesting information about Mr. Sullivan. So apparently his wife was actually struck by lightning once as well.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, this is a family affair. So apparently they were outside hanging up clothes when a storm just suddenly appeared and she got struck by lightning. And Roy Sullivan was outside at the time, but he escaped unharmed. So it's been like he hears the lightning, he freaks out and freezes, and he sees his wife on the ground. He's like, "Woo! Dodge that one. Hurts, don't it, babe?"
Yep. You want to get my bear beaten stick?
I like the idea is like, well, I've been trying to get you to shave your pubes for a while, and well, when you get hit by lightning, they kind of fizzle out. So, yay!
Go beat a bear, you'll feel better.
We shouldn't be joking about this right now, babe. Oh, sorry. You still alive? Love you,
babe, honey. You're my favorite.
I'm gonna get...
There's drunk Zeus. Like, guy, hit the other one. Fucking little bastard kid.
I was totally gonna hit him and then come down as a swan and make sweet, sweet love to her. But now what do? I guess
maybe it wasn't. But I'm saying, maybe it wasn't Zeus. Maybe it was Odin, and he was trying to infuse. He's like, no, he's like Thor. See, watch. His hair caught on fire. See if he'll pick up a hammer.
So I get maybe Odin was trying to see if Roy Sullivan was his child and did it 7 times. He's like, well, maybe he's not my kid.
God, this is awkward.
He's on the Murray show, and he's like, all right, so let's see. The results say that Roy Sullivan is not your kid. Odin's like, woo, woo, yeah, not my kid. She's a hoe. She's a hoe. It's like, for a god, you're kind of a dick. I mean, haven't you read the
also
stories?
The fact that you hit me with lightning 7 fucking times.
Wish I could beat you with a stick.
And so him fighting the bear is him lashing out against that. It's him lashing back out against nature.
Well, I don't know. Maybe that shows that Mother Nature is a little bit loving, because when she saw this bear get the shit beat out of him for no reason, that's when she stopped striking him with lightning.
Yeah.
So, statistics on this. So, the odds of being struck by lightning for a person over the period of 80 years, which is about roughly how he was, is 1 in 10,000. If the lightning strikes were independent events,
Really? Just one in 10,000?
Yeah, the odds of being struck by lightning for a person over a period of 80 years. Yeah, it's 1 in 10,000.
That seems low. Doesn't that seem low to you?
Well, I mean,
that seems a lot more likely than you would think it is.
Well, so for every 10,000 people, that'd be one person for every 80 years. So, I mean, that's not, I mean, how many people live to be 80, kind of thing. It says
So out of all, say there's 20,000 80-year-olds still alive, 2 of them have been struck by lightning?
Yeah, by this estimate. But it says if the lightning strikes were independent events, the probability of being hit 7 times would be 1 in 10,000 to the 7th, which equals 110 to the 28th. So basically, it's near impossible.
Yeah.
These numbers do not quite apply to Sullivan, however, who by the nature of his work was more exposed to storms than the average person. Virginia, where he lived, averages 35 to 45 thunderstorm days per year, most of which fall in June, July, and August. Between 1959 and 2000, lightning killed 58 people and injured at least 238 people in Virginia. So between the times he was getting hit, roughly 296 people were hit by lightning. 58 were killed, 238 were injured.
So you see, my solution would have worked to possibly to a point where after the 3rd time, then it's like, you know what? I'm moving to the desert.
Yeah, pretty much. He's like, I'm just going to go live in a basement when this stuff's going on. And the last stat is that in the United States, 3,239 people were killed and 13,057 were injured by lightning in the same period that he was alive.
Damn.
Most of those were males between the ages of 20 and 40 who were caught outdoors. But I mean, he had 3 or 4 lightning strikes where he was inside.
Yeah.
Or that weren't direct hits. They were reflected to get to him.
Yeah, there was one that he was inside. There was one he was inside a car. And and it's like you said, a car is designed to actually take a lightning strike. I think what happens if a car gets struck by lightning, then the engine, basically shuts off. The engine shuts off. And from what I think I read somewhere that if a car gets struck by lightning, then the engine shuts off and the tires blow out.
Yeah, I think I've heard that.
And that's why the interior usually doesn't have any metal in it, because then in the event the car is struck by lightning, then there's no way that the charge can, travel to you in the seat.
Yeah, but this one reflected off of a tree and hit him through a window.
God.
The odds of that are just so minuscule, it seems.
Yeah, see, that's the one. That's got to be the one where he's like, okay, there's a thing. There's a thing here. There's someone out to get me.
Well, if that was his 6th or 7th time, I would say that. But that was only his 2nd time after, almost 30 plus years of not getting hit. So that you could think the first time's a freak accident, that one's a freak accident. But yeah, as, pretty much from 69 on, he was hit about every, 8 to 12 months on average.
God.
He was getting hit by lightning more than I have sex, Richard. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you said that, not I. It's accurate for me as well. Oh, now we just made ourselves sad.
Yeah. But Roy Cleveland Sullivan, this is a guy that people should know about. If this isn't a superhero, I don't know what is. The human lightning conductor or the human lightning rod, Mr. Roy Cleveland Sullivan. So I guess to wrap this puppy up, Richard, do you have any closing thoughts on our amazing lightning story?
Well, this is probably the most inspiring yet depressing story that I've heard today, and for a while. I think that what the story proves is that some people apparently are just, okay, here we go. You go to work and you have a shitty day at work and you get home and you're like, God, I just feel like the universe is out to get me. You know what? It's not. It's really not. And you know why? Because you're not Roy Cleveland Sullivan. Because if you ever wonder if the universe is out to get you, just think, how many times have you been struck by lightning? And if that answer is less than 7, then you're sitting pretty. You're doing all right.
It's like, how many times have I been struck by lightning? How many times have I had to fight off a bear? I guess I'm doing better than some people.
So you see, it's all a matter of degrees. And also, I would say that Roy should have moved away from Virginia. I think that probably would have helped also.
All right, well, I'll do a little bit of housekeeping. Visit our website. We're at languageofbromance.com. Like us on Twitter at languageofbro. Email us at eatthebeaver@languageofbromance.com. Like us on Facebook and check us out on the Pocket Cast. It's an iOS, Android, Windows phone app. And subscribe and leave a review on iTunes and Stitcher.
And don't forget to check us out on the Pod Bros Network.
The best podcast site on the internet. We are about as unique as lightning strikes. We're just,
Yeah, that's where lightning strikes every day, motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's electric.
It's electric.
And if you're in the need for some headbuds, go to tweakedaudio.com, use the promo code LOBARMY, and you'll get a striking good deal of 33% off.
We're including puns now. I didn't know we're doing that now.
All
okay.
Right, Richard, is there anything else? Before we close out this electrifying episode?
No. Let's shut the windows and
let's hide away in the storm the storm doors.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all the bromance we have for this show. I'm Shawn.
And I'm Richard.
And I say we eat the beaver. Oh, God, is that a cloud? Oh, is that a cloud? Quick, give me a bottle of water.